College Street, the beating heart of Kolkata's literary soul. A place where the smell of old paper mingles with the aroma of coffee from coffee house. And where knowledge is bartered at every turn. But in September, this timeless street witnessed something it hadn't seen in decades. Rain so relentless that it drowned both dreams and history. When the skies opened, College Street turned into a stream. Rows of bookshops, many over a century old, were submerged. The rain did not just wash away books, it washed away stories, heritage, and memories inked across generations. For booksellers here, these weren't just items for sale. They were legacies, handpicked, preserved, and passed down. One such bookseller is Mr. A. Jahan Ali Mullick, the owner of A. Mullick Bookstore. His family's name has been synonymous with books for over 50 years. I have two shops here on College Street, which includes around 9 rows and 15 books in each row, out of which the majority of the books were on art and architecture. Those are heavy and quite costly. All of those got destroyed because of rains. It is impossible to recover these again. Some storybooks we were able to recover after drying under the sun, but the art and architecture books couldn't be recovered and had to be thrown away. There were some books like one book by Michelangelo, one by Avanindranath Tagore, and these are books not available with any other seller here on College Street, but with me. Those were also destroyed. Approximately 50 books were destroyed by the rains. Mr. Malik's words echo the pain shared by dozens of other booksellers across College Street. Together, they form a community bound by ink, paper, and an unspoken pride. Many here don't see themselves as mere shopkeepers. They see themselves as keepers of Kolkata's collective memory. After the floodwaters receded, the street looked like a battlefield of broken shelves and soggy manuscripts. Volunteers helped, students joined hands, and shop owners dried pages in the open sun. But not everything could be saved. Some of the oldest editions, handwritten notes, and archival texts were gone forever, dissolved into the rainwater. In a world where everything is turning digital, these booksellers still believe in the tactile, the beauty of holding knowledge in your hands. They are now rebuilding, one book at a time, even as footfall has dropped and sales remain low. But what remains unbroken is their spirit. Mr. Malik told me how, despite everything, he opens his shop every morning at the same time. Because to him, every book that finds a reader is a small act of resistance against loss, against forgetting. As I walked past the stalls, I realized College Street isn't just a market. Numerous sellers laid down their books under the sun in earnest hope of saving them. It's a metaphor for resilience, for a city that refuses to let go of its stories, even when nature tries to erase them. And maybe that's what the episode is truly about. Not just about the books that were lost, but about the people who continue to write new ones every single day through courage and perseverance. If you visit College Street today, you will see stacks of books drying under the sun, their pages a little warped, their ink a little smudged, but still standing, much like their owners. Owners who chose this profession not just because it's intergenerational, but because they truly love learning and love the readers who visit them every day. A community that is thriving against all odds, against the ebooks and online reading platforms, because we do seem to forget the smell of new books with each passing day. Because in the end, College Street isn't just about books. It's about people who believe in stories strong enough to outlast storms. It's about resilience printed on every page and courage bound in every spine. As the city moves forward, the booksellers of College Street remind us that heritage lives not only in grand libraries or museums, but also in the small, crowded stalls where someone still wipes the dust off on an old book and says, Eita bhalo boi, porun. This is a good book. Read it. This is Pages Washed Away, a story of how one storm tried to silence the words of a city and how its storytellers refused to let that happen. When the rains drowned the narrow lanes of College Street, they didn't just wash away paper and ink. They tried to erase the heartbeat of Kolkata's culture. But from those soaked pavements rose voices that refused to fade. Booksellers began again, drying pages in the weak sun, reopening their shops with whatever they could salvage. Each torn book, each reshelved title became a symbol of defiance, a quiet reminder that stories, like the people of the city, cannot be washed away so easily. I'm Ishita, and you have been listening to a special community radio episode on the Booksellers of College Street, the custodians of Kolkata's undying literary heartbeat. If this episode moved you, tell one person. Visit College Street, buy a book, maybe one you will treasure for years. Share their stories, support your local bookseller, and help keep these living libraries alive. Because every purchase, every visit, every conversation helps rebuild what the rains tried to erase. Small steps add up, and together we can make sure the words of the city never go silent.